What's up everyone, it's Lauren from Hot for Food, back with another holiday-inspired recipe just in time for Christmas coming up very soon. I'm gonna make you some more holiday cookies. This time, one of my favorites from when I was a kid. One of my grandmas used to make these cookies every year, and I would eat and hoard a ton of them. They're called Empire cookies or Empire biscuits. I think they're of British or Scottish origin. Anyway, it's a buttery, soft sugar cookie with jam in the middle and then a royal icing on top. And they're just delicious. We're gonna make a vegan version today, and I hope you like it, so let's get started. First things first, you need to let your vegan butter get to room temperature so that it's soft, because we're gonna beat it with sugar. You can also use coconut oil, so long as it's the same texture as soft room temperature butter. We're gonna start with flour, all-purpose flour, in a bowl, and we're gonna mix that with baking powder and sea salt. So now just set this aside while we deal with the butter. Okay, so in a large mixing bowl, you wanna add your vegan butter or coconut oil, along with 1 cup of sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then you're gonna beat this until it's fluffy. So once it's fluffy like this, just make sure it's all in the center. Then we're gonna add some soy milk and continue beating it until it's really fluffy and smooth. Okay, now you can incorporate about half of the flour mixture, beat it a little more until it comes together, and then add the rest. So I've added the rest of the flour. Just get it so that it's sort of half and half mixed like this. And then rather than continuing to beat it, just get it all out of the beaters and mix it with the spatula. Now that it looks like this, we're gonna dump it into plastic wrap it up, and refrigerate it for at least 30 minutes to an hour. Or you can leave it overnight and then roll it out when you wanna make the cookies. So once your dough has become more cold and it's a little bit hard, that's when you wanna start rolling it out. And I've got the oven preheating to 325. You're gonna need to have flour on standby, a rolling pin, and a cookie cutter. Mine is 2 1/4 inches wide. We're gonna use this little scalpeled edge, because that's what the Empire cookies look like. Let's work with half the dough at a time. So cut it in half, put the other half in the fridge, keep it cold. So you want a good coating of flour everywhere. This is gonna be slightly sticky, but with the flour, you're not gonna have a problem. Okay, now you wanna roll this out pretty thick, at least 1/4 inch, maybe slightly thicker. Make sure you're flouring underneath as you go, so nothing gets too stuck. Now cut out as many as you can and put them onto a parchment-lined baking tray. Some of them might just lift out in the cookie cutter, and other ones you might have to lift up with a spatula. So just gently lift away the excess dough. You're gonna roll that out again. Don't knead this. All you need to do is just like gently press it once or twice and then start rolling it out again. These aren't gonna spread out, so you can put them pretty close together. You wanna bake as many as you can at the same time. So those are gonna bake at 325 for about 12 to 14 minutes. And while those are baking, you can do the other half of the dough and roll it out, and then keep those cookies in the fridge until you're ready to swap out trays. You wanna get the cookies baked so that they're just starting to turn color on the bottom, but you don't really wanna get them cooking and turning brown around the edges. That means they're gonna turn out a little too crispy, and you want them to be more of a soft, buttery biscuit sugar cookie. So now that our cookies are all cooled off, we're ready to put some jam in the middle. So spread it around a little bit in the center, and then take your other side and kind of squish it till you see it just coming through. I like strawberry or raspberry jam for this, but you can do whatever you want. This is a little bit tricky. You might make a mess the first few sandwich cookies, but then you'll get the hang of like just how much you need. And how to spread it so that it kind of squeezes out between the cookies a little evenly. Now we're just gonna make a quick royal icing for the top, which is a cup of powdered sugar, about a tablespoon of soy milk, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then take your royal icing and a little bit on the top. You don't want this dripping, you just want it spread out to the edges as a nice little topping. So normally these have a little candied cherry on top. We're gonna put a little dried cranberry, or you could do a dried cherry. There's our vegan empire cookies. Oh my God! I've been waiting my whole vegan life to make these. I don't know what took me so long. It wasn't that hard. They're so perfect. They're exactly like I used to have, actually better. Sorry, Grandma. These remind me of Christmas. It's official now. And I really love baking Christmas cookies. I just think it's so much fun. It gets you in the spirit. Then you have treats for like weeks around the holidays. All of them freeze well. You can just throw them into parchment layers and then throw it in a container in the freezer. And that's what you want. You want this like soft biscuit with a slight crunch on the edge. I did say you could use coconut oil, and I did do a test. But the vegan butter version is better. Okay. So the entire recipe for the vegan empire cookies is listed below, and it's on our blog, hotforfoodblog.com. Go make them. There's other Christmas and holiday ideas there, including more baking and savory ideas for your holiday feast. Maybe you're not celebrating Christmas, maybe you're celebrating other occasions. Either way, you're gonna wanna get some good food in ya. So go check all of our recipes out. Everything's linked in the description. And that's it until the holidays. We won't see you till right before New Year's. We post here every Wednesday on Hot for Food. Subscribe, like, thumbs up, share. You can heart things now, I think. I don't even know. So happy holidays and all the things to all of you out there. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week here on our channel. And happy baking, happy cooking, happy eating, happy feasting. Bye.